What is up, guys? Mega Matt here with another pickups video. And first off, I just want to say I apologize. I haven't had videos out the past, I think, 3 months now. I had some stuff going on in my life that needed to get taken care of, so that's why there hasn't been a content. Plus, I haven't had barely any pickups, so even if I did make a video, it would only be maybe a couple minutes long, so not really worth it. But I do have some stuff this month, actually quite a bit of stuff, so we're just going to jump right into it. First thing, I got a console to add to my collection. I don't really need this console. I do have it, but the reason I got it is because of the accessory that came with it. So I got this on, I think, Facebook Marketplace. It came with a bunch of other games, but nothing crazy, and I already traded them all in to get credit and everything. So, but I got a mini PS1, and if you guys can't tell, it has the screen attachment. I've always wanted the screen attachment for this, and I've always wanted the PlayStation version, not a generic off-brand third-party one. So finally have one of these. So happy for that. So now I can just plug this in, and if I need to test any PlayStation games, I don't need a big TV. So that's freaking awesome. Next thing, I got this from TJ Kitsune in a trade, or he's my friend Jason. You guys probably know who he is. Go check out his latest video. You'll see what I traded him. The trade isn't finished yet. We're still working it out. But I just basically had a box of stuff for him, and I was just sick of looking at it. So I was like, here, we'll work this out later. But he did trade me one game that I was looking for. Every time I see this game, it's like $25 plus. And for a PlayStation 3 game, that's a little high in my opinion. But anyway, I've been wanting to try this game out. This is Alice Madness Returns. So yeah, kind of like the evil version of Alice in Wonderland, I guess, so to speak. Never played it, so I'm not sure, but it looks interesting. I went to a convention, the big convention I always go to every year, the Midwest Gaming Classic. Had lots of fun, met up and talked with a bunch of people that I don't normally get to see. I went with TJ Kitsune and our friend David, who edits the videos for Greg's channel, which is Arcade Impossible. So we all went up there Saturday and just had a blast. We played games. We walked through the vendor hall. You know, just sat and talked with friends we haven't seen from time to time. But went around the vendor hall. There was some games I was looking at, but the prices are just, I don't know, every year it just gets more and more, and the vendors don't seem to want to haggle for some strange reason. TJ was trying to get a game, he explains it in his video, and the vendor would not come down at all, and it's weird because before you go to these conventions and you can haggle with these vendors, and they were all, you know, throwing in other stuff and everything, but I don't know if it's just because the video game market craze has gotten so out of hand, or not out of hand, but just, you know, crazy. But yeah, just he wouldn't even come down $5, and to me that's a little ridiculous. And he was asking way above, you know, retail anyway to begin with. So, but I did get one game that I saw, because every time I see this game, I never find it complete. It's either missing the manual or it's just disc only. I think I overpaid for it, but I didn't really care because I saw the dude had 3 copies of it, and I picked the best one. But that is for the original Xbox. We have Star Wars Knights 2 of the Old Republic. I do have the first game, and I've been needing the second one for a while. And I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but I do think if they're talking about making movies off of these games are going to go up in value. Plus, I heard that the story in both these games are really good. So I'm just I've been wanting to go through them, and I just haven't gotten a chance to. So, but keep a lookout for that. I mean, they're cheap now, but I think eventually they're going to go up in price. Okay, me and TJ took a trip recently up to Madison because one of the vendors that was at the Midwest Gaming Classic has a store in Madison that we've gone to for years, and he's a super nice guy. We know the owner. We always talk to the owner. Every time we go to Madison, this is like the first place we normally stop, first game store. He's got really good deals. He had this game at the convention, and it was the cheapest I've seen it. And we walked around the vendor hall like at the end of the day, and it was still sitting there, which I was kind of surprised he didn't sell this yet. So I messaged him, I think, a couple days after the convention, and asked him if he still had it, and he still sure did. And so I ended up bringing a couple complete and box Game Boy games, and we just did an even trade. But super nice guy. This game is just, I've seen it, I've been wanting to get it. I know it's up there in price, but it's just the name of it and just intrigued me when I first heard about this. And that is for the Nintendo DS, Little Red Riding Hood Zombie Barbecue. Basically, you're Little Red Riding Hood with machine gun, rocket launcher, grenade launcher, guns, all kinds of stuff, and you're just every little character in Little Red Riding Hood is zombified, and you have to just basically wipe out all the zombies. I do admit though, I did play a little bit of this. The controls on it kind of suck because you have to use the DS stylus, but if you can get past that, it's a really fun game. And then we went to another store in Madison, which they have two locations, one on the east side and one on the west side. It's called Pre-Played. The prices at Pre-Played are kind of on the high side as well. Sometimes you can catch them slipping. I've caught them slipping a couple times, but I saw this game, and I already own this game, but this game is in way better shape than my copy. My copy has like this sticker residue that just won't come off, and then I think one of the manuals I have has got a crease in it or something, but this game, when I saw it, you normally don't find this in the wild to begin with, and then this looked like they just opened up the game and never played it. Like, it just looked like they just opened it and put it back on the shelf. So, but this is a really, really clean copy of the PSP dual pack of Mega Man Powered Up and Mega Man Maverick Hunter X. Two really good games for Mega Man ports, especially for portable on the go. Mega Man Maverick X is like the first game of it's just like Mega Man X on the Super Nintendo. So if you haven't seen these, pick them up. They're really fun. Well, it doesn't help that I love Mega Man too. But so then I got this from, I think, Mercari, that app on your phone. I had some credit because I sold a couple games on there. Box is kind of beat up. I do have this game already, and I do have an extra controller, but I do not have this box bundle to go with it. But found this on Mercari. It was actually underpriced than what it normally goes for, like I said. But now I have two of these remotes, and I have 2 copies of this game, but I just now have the box to complete it. And that is the bundle pack of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword on the Wii. And that Wii remote, the gold one, in my opinion, is probably the best Wii remote out there. The way it looks and everything. Just love it. I mean, gold, and it's really nice. Now, my game store had a bunch of stuff, and I got some ridiculous deals. I know the owner of my local game store now. He just became the owner not too long ago. So he's been hooking me up like crazy. It's just insane. Well, first, before we get into that, I picked up another amiibo. Yes, I know. I always say every time, this is the last amiibo. Well, no. I've been dwindling down. I've been getting rid of some amiibos because they take up too much space if you don't open them. I don't open them. I keep them sealed. I know people open them. I just don't like to open them. I just like to keep them in the package because they're nice that way. So sue me, whatever. Anyway, the reason I got this is because I love the detail and the stance of this. And to compare to this is compared to like Toon Link, so it's like young Link, so to speak. And I just never liked the way Toon Link looked, so that was one I actually got rid of. So, but this is the new the new Super Smash Brothers that came out on the Switch, which I don't have because I don't have a Switch. But this is the amiibo that you can use with it, and that is the Young Link amiibo. And I just love the shield and the sword and the way he's standing and everything. Just really cool, so I had to get that. And then, like I said, my game store just hooked me up. I was in there like the day before the Midwest Gaming Classic, and I got so much better deals than I did, at the actual convention. Saw this in the case. I was only priced at $15. I figured the reason because it wasn't complete. Turns out it was complete and super, super minty complete. The label on it, the game is so minty, and the manual's got a little crease in it, but this game goes for way more than $15 if you know your Sega Genesis stuff. And I have played this on the regular Nintendo, and I stuck at it. And I don't know if this version's any different or if it's just as hard and I'll suck just as bad at it, but I'll find out. But that is Battletoads, original Battletoads on the Sega Genesis. And like I said, the cartridge is like super minty. And like I said, there's a crease right up there in the corner, but for 15 bucks, you can't get this game loose for 15 bucks. I mean, maybe you can, but not that I know of. And then I think I went the same day, but I went later in the day, and they got in some Xbox games, and decided to get get a couple of these because they were dirt cheap. They were already dirt cheap to begin with, and then the owner gave me another perk. He gave me like his discount, which is crazy, crazy, crazy. This one I got for like $7, and I've been told that this version versus the Xbox version of this game versus the PS2 version is the better version to get. I don't know if there's some bonus material in here or it just looks better, but this is Fatal Frame 2 and it says Director's Cut. Now I know the PlayStation 2 version does not say Director's Cut on it, so like I said, I don't know what the difference is, if there's some different content in this game or it's just, like I said, it might play better than the PlayStation 2, but a lot of people prefer this version over the PlayStation 2. And then they had this game, which is very uncommon for the Xbox. It wasn't cheap. Excuse me, wow. It wasn't cheap to begin with. It was up in the $30 range, but like I said, I did not get it for $30, and I think it goes for around $60, $70, so it was cheap to begin with, and then on top of that, I got the discount, so it's like, I think I only got this game for around 20 bucks, which is crazy, because there's people that collect for Xbox. This is one of the games that, it's probably one of the few last higher end title games on the Xbox that goes for a significant amount of money. But that is, which I've never played it, so don't know really anything about it. It looks really dark and creepy, but Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. So yeah, so there. Know nothing about it, just know it's a valuable game. I wasn't gonna get it, but like I said, with the discount, I just couldn't pass it up. So, another game, I was in there the other day, and they had this game priced for, this was part 1 and part 2. This is part 2, but they had it priced for part 1, and then it was underpriced then too. I think this one was only like $8 too, and it's an Atlas title, and we all know how Atlas games are, but for the GBA, we have Shining Soul 2, And I guess if you don't really look, you can't see the 2 behind there. The 2 symbol is behind Shining Soul. So they just probably looked at it and saw Shining Soul and just priced it for Shining Soul 1. But again, I think that game, loose like that is like $30 around there. So $8, why not, right? Then this game, I have the second version of this game, the second part to this game, not the first part. The first part to this is actually kind of hard to find, and when you do find it, it's kind of gone up in value. But again, I believe this was like $10. I have the receipts all in here. This was $10, and I could have bought this at the convention, but I probably would have paid $20 easily. And that's the original Drakengard on the PlayStation 2. I have Drakengard 2 as well that I got years ago. But it's basically like a hack and slash beat 'em up type game with dragons and just like a brawler. If you're in the mood to beat something up, just hack and slash everybody. This is what the game to get. So, and then the last game I got from them is kind of a weird game I never see that I didn't even know this was out on the GameCube. I love the GameCube. It's like one of my favorite systems to collect for. This version is like a puzzle version of a game that was in Japanese arcades called Poppin' Music. Poppin' Music is like a rhythm game with different colored buttons you have to hit in a sequence. It's kind of hard to explain without showing footage of it or actually playing it. But this is a puzzle version of that because I noticed it has the same characters and animation and everything in it. And I believe they came out with this on the Switch as well, maybe? With one of the first Switch games, it was bundled with another game, I think, another puzzle game. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. But this is Puyo Pop Fever, Popping Puzzle Fun. And yeah, it's kind of like, if I had to compare it to anything, it's kind of like Bust a Move. Well, not really like Bust a Move, but kind of like Dr. Mario and Tetris combined, looks like. I haven't really played it, so I'm not 100% sure. But it says right there, from the creator of Sonic the Hedgehog. So it's a Sega game, so it has to be good, right? Right? And then the last pickup that I got, this was from Limited Run Games. I saw this. Actually, I think Jason messaged me about it, and I wanted to get it. And they have a collector's edition of this game, and I was hoping to get that. It's very hard to get games on Limited Run if you're not on the ball, like at the right time. But I did manage to get the collector's edition, and I'm so happy for it. The only problem is it's on the Switch. I can't play it because I don't have one. But I believe that is going to change, hopefully. This soon, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I do plan on getting a Switch eventually. I'm just haven't pulled the trigger yet. But anyway, this is like one of my favorite series. Besides Mega Man and Zelda, this series is one of the best. They did come out with these games on the PlayStation 4 as well, limited run, but those are like so high in price now. Actually, I looked this up too, and it's pretty high in price because it's a collector's edition. It's not opened yet. I was thinking about doing an unboxing on here, but it would take probably a little longer, and you guys have already heard me talk a lot. So I may do like a separate video of an unboxing. I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys want to see an unboxing of this. But alright, the anticipation. This is Shantae the Pirate's Curse Collector's Edition for the Nintendo Switch, which I can't play, which sucks. And it does come with all the limited run games come with these little collector cards. So there's the collector card. I don't know. I'll probably just keep it in the box when I decide to open it. If I decide to open it. No, I'll probably open it because I don't want to play it. But it's got, I know there's a inside there's a replica Game Boy Color cartridge in there, so I kind of want to open it just to see that, because that's pretty cool. But yeah, anyways, that's all I got these past couple months. Like I said, I apologize. I just had some stuff going on in my life that needed to be taken care of. Hopefully it has all been resolved. We will see. We'll get into it. So anyway, but I appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, take care.